What worries me is Kate and Tom break up. They can't decide who gets the spaceship in the divorce. So that triggers a space war with John Travolta and the Rob Zombie cover band Honky Dreads. We have to keep Tom and Kate together to postpone a space battle. I deem you clear, level 17. These aren't the celebs you're looking for. I'm disturbed by how much Diane Lane and Josh Brolin look alike now. I've always thought Diane Lane is a stunning woman, ever since she rocked the counterculture and Ladies and Gentlemen, the Fabulous Stains, which in my mind still had more to say about the world of punk than anything Green Day ever had to say. But I'm just saying, Diane Lane now looks like Josh Brolin's stand-in, so it's like... Goonies. Goonies. Whenever the conversation with friends turns to characters, animated characters, that we at one time wanted to have sex with, I always hear some guy mention Jessica Rabbit. But when he's asked why, he says, well, huge boobs. If all it took to be a great lover was huge boobs, Chris Farley would have died in the arms of someone who cared, not in a hotel room with a bucket of chicken, and an 8-ball and a hooker. He was like a bat into hell. Jimi Hendrix's music has always maintained a raw sexuality that holds up today. Just yesterday, in the small town of Milton, there was a homeless guy touching himself, humming Voodoo Child. I'm just kidding. There's no homeless people in Milton. Just English majors and art students. Spider-Man movie's gonna suck. Having Sam Raimi direct those movies made sense because he had a track record of making superior visually based action movies. Darkman, Army of Darkness, that other one with Dark in the title. The new director, Mark Webb, he's only given us 500 Days of Summer, so at long last we're going to have the softer, emotional, boring Spider-Man that nobody asked for. It's going to be like that movie Hannah. Great soundtrack by the Dust Brothers or Chemical Brothers or the Daft Brothers. All electronic partnerships are interchangeable. Enjoyable, sure, but interchangeable. DJs are like strippers. We can enjoy what they do without ever having to know their real names. This film Hannah started out great. Kate Blanchett was doing this wonderful impression of Laura Bush. And then Eric Bana started to do fight choreography, and the movie comes across as authentic as a hooker being paid by the moan. The director of that movie trained up for action by giving us such slick adventures as Atonement and The Soloist. This is why I hate religious organizations. They say that television is filled with sex and violence, so I start watching a lot of television because I like sex and violence. But then when I turn on TV, all I see is sports and nurse cop lawyer shows that make me want to go to sleep. The Bible Bangers get me all excited for sex and violence, which apparently they have on their cable package, but I don't. I am glad, though, that Vision Television started showing Benny Hill reruns instead of Little House on the Prairie reruns. When I was a kid, I totally wanted to have sex with the older sister on Little House on the Prairie, the one who became a teacher and then went blind. In a way, I still kind of do want to have sex with her. I never had sex with a blind girl. Although, after having sex with a few girls, I did become deaf, just towards them, Like, hey, we're closer, and now we're farther apart. I can't hear you in Afterglow. I watched the first half of Unknown today with Liam Neeson, who every day more and more resembles a Caucasian praying mantis. I shouldn't make fun of that guy. He's been through a lot, what with his marriage to Natasha Richardson going downhill. In Unknown, Liam Neeson imagines he's married to January Jones. Who hasn't? Except maybe Billy Zane. I did enjoy the first half of Unknown. I fell asleep. I enjoyed Unknown more than I enjoyed the A-Team. One of the many things wronged by the A-Team rehash was B.A. Baracus. They went with a thyroid mutant, which is too obvious. Should have gone with a skinny Weasley guy like that DJ Tricky. I pity the fool that doesn't listen to trip-hop. Hannibal, don't get me on no plane.